Hi, welcome to your number one aviation and tourism TV show, Mamaj TV. My name is Joy Ugbebo. Hi, welcome to your number one aviation travel and tourism TV show, Mamaj TV. My name is Joy Ugbebo. Today on our show, we are going to be taking you to the brunch business meeting organized by the Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative. The theme for today is Aviation Reset, Agenda for a New Administration. Come with us as we join them.
As part of its advocacy for an improved aviation sector, the Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative held its quarterly business meeting recently. The theme for this quarter's business meeting was Aviation Reset, setting agenda for the incoming administration, with emphasis on increasing the numbers of passengers, cargo, revenue, and the sector's contribution to the GDP. This platform, created by the Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative, is an aviation-based non-governmental organization established to advocate air safety and security in all areas of the aviation industry. The cardinal objective of ART is the advancement of Nigeria aviation sector through a consistent working relationship with the government and knowledge sharing with stakeholders. As usual, ex-directors of government agencies, airline operators, investors, aviation professionals, and the media practitioners were present at the occasion. Dr. Benga Alawo, former president, ASR-TI, and ART. During his speech, the outgoing president of the Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative, Dr. Benga Alawo, among other things, highlighted the fact that Nigeria Airlines remains very small and highly fragmented.
Our pioneering effort is the one to first produce airline management studies for the next generation of aviation personnel. Young as I look, I'm 71. I'm one of the generation passing out, and we must produce the next generation.
He recommended the alliance and mergers of domestic airlines to form major carriers in order to remain stronger and more formidable.
Merger was successful in banking and should be successful in aviation. Dwelling on fleet size rather than share capital. In the banks, they use share capital. In the airline, it has to be fleet size. On-time performance of Nigerian airline is woeful and deplorable, with an average of 61% delay, except Ibom Air, yet very far below acceptable world average.
He also suggested a review of bilateral agreement to promote the growth of the airlines.
I am proposing 2 airlines. The name of those 2 airlines is Nigeria First. Nigeria First. Our flag is white and green. So Nigeria First, white, and Nigeria First, green. Those are 2 airlines. Alan is laughing already. And the first airline will be led by Air Peace because of the 30 aircraft. And I, in no order, put them together and they will have 51 aircraft. The second airline, go ahead, is led by Arik. I hope Amcon is listening. It's led by Arik, because I'm in support of Arik till tomorrow. I told Amcon, you have no business in our business. I've said it to them many times, and Okide said he wants to face me on TV, and I will face him if he's ready. 17 aircraft by Arik, if they are flying, plus all these airlines here, will give us 53 aircraft. These two airlines, we call them Nigeria First. The two airlines must be designated to all international destinations presently being serviced by foreign airlines. Airlines A and B, that is Nigeria First White and Nigeria First Green, their fleet together must reciprocate all the foreign airlines. If BA and Virgin, they are doing 15, the two of them must do 15. If the market size is 15, we divide the 15 to 2. The British will fly 7, the two Nigerian will fly 7. That's the way to go, so that we can rescue market from the foreign powers. We need to fly our own.
The aviation industry plays a critical role in the economic development and connectivity of our country, Nigeria. As a new administration takes charge, it is essential for us to embark on an aviation reset, in brackets, because I don't believe in that word reset. I will tell you why. A comprehensive agenda that revitalizes and transforms the sector to meet the evolving needs and challenges of modern era. If you ask my candid opinion, I have been in this industry for close to 30 years. I will tell you that things have gone from bad to worse. And so resetting is not the word, but a complete x-raying of the aviation sector in its entirety. And so I want to state clearly that again, for those of you who are engineers and pilots, I am not one. If a circuit breaker pulls out in the aircraft, you reset it. Unfortunately, the circuit breakers in the aviation industry have completely collapsed. And there's not one of them will help you reset the aviation industry. Like Dr. Olowo pointed out, there is no unity amongst the operators. The airline operators of Nigeria, be it scheduled, private charter, helicopter operators, there is no synergy. We are working at cross purposes and fighting each other for nothing. That has to stop if we must move forward and reposition the aviation sector. The aviation ministry itself and its parastatals have also not helped at all in pushing the aviation industry forward.
Barrister Alan Onyema, Chairman, Airpeace. The chairman of Airpeace, Barrister Alan Onyema, highlighted some of the many challenges airlines are grappling with: bird strike, inadequate airport infrastructure, the bureaucratic bottlenecks regarding land acquisition and cost to build a MRO facility, and the need for the incoming government to remove stifling policies and roadblocks and instead create an enabling business environment for operations to thrive.
Part of the problems we are having is the lack of maintenance, repair and overhaul facility, MRO. As I speak to you now, I'm sure I have about maybe 8 aircraft abroad. And these are costing millions of dollars. Even to, like Senator Adede said, to ferry those planes abroad is a lot of money already. So the Nigerian airline is destined to fail from beginning. You're dead on arrival because there are so many things against you. You don't have MROs that could take care of maintenance. And I thought anybody could have thought that the best thing to do was maybe government to channel its energy towards having MRO. No, this is the issue. How do you now grow as a Nigerian airline? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to even establish that MRO, not just a hangar for maintaining Airpeace. I'm ready to grow it into an MRO. What does it take to do that? You get foreign technical partners and put them there, get everything going. We need people. There are people who are willing to do this in Nigeria. Nigeria is not Togo. Nigeria is not Mozambique. Nigeria is not Malawi or some banana republics. We have business people in this country that can afford to do whatever they want to do. All they need is the ease of doing business is dead in this country. And this government should address that. And I'm happy our president is pro private sector. I'm sure he's going to do something about this. It's only in Nigeria that labor unions storm such a sacred place like airports to disrupt operations. Nigeria should avoid allowing unionism in aviation. They should avoid it. If they have to do it, they will do it in such a way that the airport side is kept sacred. It is not good. It's scary. It is scary. I'm telling you, it is scary. I'm not against. It's their right to belong to union. It's the right of everybody to do unionism. But there's a limit to some stupidity. Countries don't do national carrier anymore. National carrier is a very moribund idea and entity. Countries don't go that way. For anybody to come and fool us in 2023 to tell us that what Nigeria needs is a national carrier is a lie. What you need are flag carriers. America, with all its aviation might, with all its economic might, does not have a national carrier. National carrier connotes government ownership. What they have are flag carriers. The deltas of this world are flag carriers. Even British Airways, all the Air France and all of them, those ones used to be, but they're no longer national carriers. Let me tell you, Ethiopia doesn't want any Nigerian airline to succeed, because the success of Nigerian airlines on the international arena will mean decimation of their business. But we don't have apology. This is our country. What doing with national carrier was what they wanted to do with me. For love of this country, I turned it down. How many of the airlines in this country, how many businessmen in this country would do what I did? So you can imagine my pain if a citizen of the country refused to shortchange his country in obedience to the call to serve your country diligently, to put your country first. I rejected that. The letter is there, April 10, 2019. I refused to be paid royalties for them to come in and fly all over the world using airpiece from this nation. And when I told them, they told me, I said, but government will not support this kind of thing. They said, forget everything. I said, in that case, I am not doing. I told Oluwatoyin Olajide, I said, Toyin, in the meeting, we need to put this in writing for posterity. I'm not going to accept any royalty. And we put it in writing. That document is in court. It's in court today. Tell me how many people will do that in this country. So tell me how. You know my pains. If I could reject to be given millions of dollars as a citizen of this country, and now it's the government that is going to bring the same people to do the same thing I rejected, tell me if I'm being encouraged to remain the way I am. Nobody will. Some people are already blaming me. Allah, you should have accepted it. That this country, but I don't believe this country must be well. It must be well.
This is one of many stakeholders forum organized where professionals have continuously recommended ways to move the industry forward. Have these suggestions been implemented so far? Tony Ukachukwu, CEO, Aviators Africa, speaks on the need to refine strategies.
Thank you very much, Mamaj. Of course, I will not take it away from what ART has been doing. They have been a good watchdog for the industry. But like I've said in one of the forum before, there needs to be some kind of a paradigm shift in their pursuit to make impact, because oftentimes they've taken time to deliver papers, recommend policy formulation for the government. Oftentimes nothing gets done. So come here every quarter to come and talk and deliberate on how to move the industry forward, but the decision makers and the post holders, nothing happens. So what I would advise the incoming administration for ART is for them to kind of rejig their modus operandi. And I also think that ART is made up of some people that are filled with wisdom, but we are thinking that the aviation industry should begin to inject some new blood and different ways of thinking. Because it's being characterized by a certain set of people that have been in the industry for 30, 40 years. The industry needs to grow. The industry has been stagnant for a very long time. Let us not only complain about the politicians and the post holders. What has these people that have been in the sector for 30, 40 years doing? I end on that note. Thank you very much for the privilege.
The cargo sector has been identified as an underdeveloped revenue-generating aspect of the aviation industry. How can the cargo sector be repositioned to increase revenue and add to the nation's GDP?
From my own personal experience, the Avia Cargo conference we had, you saw that there was a fallout and quick implementation. I think the organizers should articulate the points, not too many, one or two things that they think should be done, and with advocacy, push governments to get it done. So when you raise too many points, you overwhelm the players at the top. They don't actually know which one to pursue. But if we just reduce it to 2-3 points and we push it, that's how we got success. And we also believe that could be a fallout from this. Narrow to our suggestions to few, maybe 2 or 3, and then put some advocacy behind that.
What suggestions do you have? Alumide Ohaneo, aviation analyst, speaks.
Well, I think the points have been raised today, and you can see it's centered on policies that would grow the numbers, and that's why we have brought people together today to grow the numbers, to grow the number of passengers, to grow the cargo movement, to grow airlines, to grow equipment, and also to ensure that as we're doing the facilitation of passengers, which is a major problem at the moment, and security at the airports, that will be enhanced. We look forward to the new minister to come on board and then see how we can correct all the damages left behind by the roadmap of the past, immediate past minister. I do not envy him. He cannot hit the ground running, because if he hits the ground running, he's going to fall. He has to hit the ground, turn back, look at things that can be corrected. The former minister hit the ground running, and most of the loopholes left behind by Stella Otua are now what that is being about demolition at the airport. So you don't just hit the ground and start running. You must stand, review what's on ground, how it can be corrected, and get the industry back on its feet.
We have listened to the enriching conversations at this business meeting. Let's hope that the incoming administration will have many takeaways from this forum.
I hope you found today's show quite informative and interactive as well, and you've been able to listen to the different recommendations by the stakeholders in the industry. Let's hope that for the new administration, some of these recommendations will be implemented to take the aviation industry from where it is now to where it ought to be. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and all our social media platforms. See you again soon. Bye.